Imagine a fishing trawler in a northern sea during an unusually warm summer. The crew hauls up their nets, and it's a record-breaking, massive catch. The deck is absolutely overflowing with fish. But our oceans are getting hotter, and warmer oceans generally mean fewer fish. So how do we explain a sudden, highly localized boom right in the middle of a hostile heat wave? That massive catch is actually an ecological mirage. It's a temporary illusion that actively tricks the way we manage and regulate global fishing quotas. This map plots the data points of a massive scientific investigation attempting to understand this exact paradox. Researchers analyzed nearly 34,000 local fish populations across the Northern Hemisphere. To avoid accidentally fishing vulnerable populations into extinction, we have to separate the slow, chronic bleed of long-term global warming from the sudden, violent shocks of short-term marine heat waves. Let's start with the baseline reality. Decade over decade, chronic ocean warming acts as a universal stressor, relentlessly draining the overall mass of fish in the sea. This chart visualizes the exact empirical cost of that decline. For every 1/10 of a degree Celsius the ocean warms per decade, average fish biomass drops by a steady 7.2%. That steady decline is a well-documented threat. When an acute, short-term marine heat wave suddenly strikes, the impact is highly disruptive and completely asymmetrical. Species live across a thermal range, from warm equatorial waters to colder polar seas. The warm edge holds populations at their absolute heat tolerance limit. A short-term heat wave here crosses a fatal physiological threshold, plummeting biomass by 43.4%. For these vulnerable fish, short-term temperature shocks act as an accelerant. They take a long-term baseline decline and turn it into immediate casualties. At the opposite end, the pole-facing cold edge, populations live in waters significantly cooler than their optimal temperature. When a heat wave strikes here, the warming water provides a metabolic boost, allowing the species to aggressively expand. In the wake of a heat wave, cold edge populations can experience a staggering biomass explosion of up to 176%. This map of the commercially fished European sprat proves this is happening in the real world. The yellow markers near the warmer edge show populations declining, while the dark purple markers up north show cold edge populations exploding in biomass during warmer years. So that overflowing net from the beginning doesn't mean the species is thriving globally. It merely proves the species is violently shifting its location on the map. That fisherman's record-breaking haul is exactly what a cold edge biomass explosion looks like in practice. This graph illustrates the fundamental management trap. If regulatory agencies see a 176% local spike, misinterpret it as a permanent recovery, and increase fishing quotas accordingly, they are making a catastrophic error. These cold edge gains are strictly transient. Overexploiting these localized winners actively destroys the species' only buffer against the ongoing long-term warming trend. To adapt, we need highly dynamic, climate-ready policies. For the warm edge, that means triggering localized fishing closures the moment a heat wave is detected to protect the losers. And for the cold edge, it means exercising extreme restraint, resisting the urge to overharvest during temporary, localized booms. Because our oceans are rapidly fluctuating, our management maps can no longer be static. We must protect the losers and show restraint with the winners, because eventually, long-term warming comes for them all.